morning to all traders and welcome to this week's last market insights video. Today is Friday, last day of the week. We're going to see some end of week flows kicking in for sure. Dollar is falling against pretty much everything, and economics and data don't really seem to have an effect on the markets as we speak, because there is still flows from the Fed's decision to cut rates. Now, the Canadian dollar is also supported by the oil situation, okay? And these tensions around from the drone attack, while the SMB, although cutting rates, reiterating pretty much previous messages that they keep their rates unchanged, doesn't seem to affect the dollar Swiss franc, and this is also falling. They did say actually that they lowered the inflation forecast, and that should be negative for the SMB, but the Swiss franc is not really moving to the upside, actually is going down. So I believe those two opportunities, dollar CAD and dollar Swiss franc, are very good to look at for the day, and we haven't looked at those FX measures for a while now. Starting with dollar CAD, we have been in an interesting pattern, okay? If you look at this, we're still actually trading within this ascending triangle. So I am a little bit cautious as to how deep the bearish move will go. But despite that, how I see this turning out anyway, because we are here on a wave 5, right, and ended. We were looking at this correction anyway. This is a complex pattern, if you asked me anyway, so I'm waiting for W, X, and Y. I believe X ended right here, okay, and now we should be looking at prices really to go down with an ABC, another correction, and an ABC. This would be a zigzag pattern, okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Now, of course, if prices came down all the way to here, to the descending line and stop, or even down to 130.20 or so, then we're most likely looking at this being wave 1, wave 2, and then, of course, we should be going for wave 3, which means that this would be just a simple correction, and this is wave 1, looking at wave 2, and then wave 3, 4, 5 to complete wave 3 in the longer term. But I'm a bit more bearish than I'm bullish. We have also two bearish hidden divergence signals, both on the RSI and MACD, and this is not something that we can really leave aside when we do our technical analysis. So I'm expecting at least another move to around 132, 131, okay, and even 130 or so. Even a false break could be seen. This correction is not sure yet if it is a this could end to be like a flat or so, or a running flat, okay, or we could really have that being wave 1, wave 2 if we end below that level. If we end above that level, then we're looking for wave 3. But as I said before, most likely we're going to see prices moving down for a corrective pattern that is a bit more complex, and we could be looking, even if bears are validated below 130 or so, we could be looking at prices going down to around 126. So it's a very good opportunity, and that is the reason we're here today telling you about it. Now, on the dollar Swiss franc today, the other FX measure I want to analyze, that also has been very interesting. This one broke outside this multi-year, actually, because it is a triangle pattern. Oops, 1 second. We broke outside that. We had a false break. That was actually here, a false break, a correction for a retest, then move out downside. This is where I see that happening, correcting as a wave A. We had then a complex pattern that is going to end wave B, and then we should be looking at wave C, right? So this pattern, this is a zigzag as well, okay, because we have an impulsive move, 5 waves, 3 waves, and 5 waves. Okay, so we really should be looking at now for 0.9661 to break, to validate that this is indeed a zigzag. And if that were to happen, that would take prices to, 1 second, that could take prices, not would take prices. 1 second, let me just pull that out quickly, around to 0.95 or so, okay? We'll have very good signals both on the RSI and MACD. Okay, so we see that this is a hidden bearish divergence signal. Now the question is whether we're going to turn around here or not. Since we're on this pattern, we're looking at this 1, 2, and that this wave is like an ending triangle. We're either ended here, which means we'll start looking lower, moving lower now, or we're going to move up higher so that we reach the Fibonacci retracement, golden one, between that last move, which is the 1.002, which is also wave 4, okay? And also, we'll be looking at taking out break-even stop losses, which is a very good scenario, if you ask me, because it normally happens. So we could either go down or we could either go up, take out those stops, and then start moving lower. Now, of course, if prices really move higher, then we should be looking at probably reaching like this level, this trend line, okay, which would be again near the 1, which is still an impulsive move. Or we are going to see prices, of course, this could be a good intersection, to be honest, or we see prices breaking higher, and this would be most likely a more complex pattern, so we should be looking at being this W, X, and Y or so, either for a flat or whatever that would be the case. We don't know just yet.